Hello, everyone. It's 6 o'clock. It's Friday night, and that means it's time for another stunning episode of Dragons and Stuff. I'm excited. I know that the players are excited, and I'm certain that you guys are all excited. Because, once again, we are being sponsored by Paizo and Sirenscape, who are giving us awesome, sweet, amazing prizes that we are going to give to you, fans. All that we ask that you do in return is like this video that you're watching, that if you haven't already, you like our page and follow it. And of course, if you want to be eligible to win our prize packs, we ask that you share this half of the episode with the hashtag Dragons and Stuff publicly. And we'll get into the rest of the rules later when we talk about the prizes.
Yes.
We also are being sponsored by Sirenscape this episode too. Yes, Sirenscape. So if you love what you're hearing in the episode and all the cool music and action sounds are adding to your experience, think of how much it could add to your experience as you are running your very own game of Pathfinder. Go over and give Sirenscape a shout out and look at the things that they have, and perhaps download that app and start using it yourself. You should also, if you want, because I want to make a special mention of this, because we had somebody do it this week, and it was really amazing. If you go, if you're on Paizo's Facebook page or on their Twitter, or on Sirenscape's Facebook page or their Twitter, tell them how much you like our show, because they sponsor us, so they will most certainly feel good to know that you're loving the content and you like the show. And we actually had a guy who wrote a really nice, heartfelt message on Paizo's page about how much he loved the show and what a fan he was, and I don't know, I read it, I thought it was great. I felt really good. It makes me feel good when you do that.
Single
and
tear?
Of course. Woo! I mean, I would have had a single tear if I wasn't cold-hearted and evil. No. But since I am indeed an evil force of darkness, I didn't shed a tear. But I would have if I were mortal.
I feel like you set us up by making us sound like we didn't also appreciate the message, because you were sort of monopolizing your time there to be like, well, I enjoyed it and I liked it, but don't worry about these guys on the I felt the undertones, Evil JimJam. You're showing your true colors.
I didn't even see it.
You know
The people know.
Afterwards.
The people know.
So when I reach out to the fans, that is
So
in
it's
fact
home.
an evil thing. Once again, when I give them treasure, it's bad. When I don't hit them with
only
monsters, it's
gave us,
bad.
like, half the treasure
when I
that
show
was
my
there.
love to the fans, it's bad. I can't win. What can I do? I just have to embrace the darkness
Give
within.
treasure and then
I
kick
just
the
have to
person out of
embrace
the
the
group.
darkness within, and then unleash it upon them. Which I will do shortly after we get through, again, the prizes. The prizes was the big thing for the night. Again, those of you who are sharing this after the episode with the hashtag Dragons and Stuff publicly on your Facebook page, you have to also be living in the United States or Canada, meet all of those requirements, and you could win an amazing prize bundle thanks to Paizo. We have the Babyface Beginners Bundle today, which includes the amazing Pathfinder GM screen, which is awesome. If you're thinking about running a game and you don't have one of these, you're definitely going to need one. An essential part of every GM's collection. And of course, to complete the Babyface Beginners Bundle, the Pathfinder Beginner Box. This has a ton of material, everything you need. If you don't know how to play Pathfinder and you're thinking to yourself, I really want to learn and I want to play with my friends, this box has everything you need to set up a game with, I think, 4 players, 2 to 3 of your friends, or 2 to 5 people. So 4 of your friends, yes, you and 4 of your friends can sit down, play a game right out of this box. It has everything you need, all of the simplified rules, some pre-gen characters, dice, pre-generated story that you can run as the GM. It's amazing. You definitely are going to want this.
No beard.
It doesn't
No
come
beard?
with a beard.
No beard.
It does not come with a beard. No, even though Crag did shave for the Babyface bundle, you will not be receiving Crag's shaved beard, which I'm fairly certain you'll be grateful for.
I think people would have wanted that, actually.
I don't think so at all. No.
I would take
Put
that.
on a Twitter
Who would want
poll
that?
and see if people would have wanted to see
Yeah, let
Craig's
us
beard.
know in the comments if you wanted
someone already
Crag's
say
shaved
they
beard,
wanted-
and maybe we can retrieve some of it
I can't
for you.
remember who it was. Someone said, was
Break
it
it
Henry
promises,
Winter
guys.
said he wanted Alex's used beard?
He did. He did.
Hashtag used beard.
Use beards. The finest of used beards here on Dragons
If
and
we
Stuff.
ever do a beard swap again, we will keep the beard and glue it back together
Yeah, you tell
so
us
that
what you
you
want.
can
You
have
want,
it.
you want fingernails, like fingernail
okay,
clippings,
okay.
toenail
I think I just
clippings.
threw up a little bit in my mouth. We can keep going.
And remember, I'm the evil one. Anyway,
so gross.
another thing. Twitch people, if you are watching us on Twitch, we love you just as much as we love our Facebook fans. But our Facebook fans are able to talk to us, and we like to talk to the people who are watching. So if you want to talk to us, and we want you to talk to us, you should hop over to facebook.com/dragons and stuff. Watch us there. The stream is the same, except you get to also hang out with the other fans, chat with them. We read those comments, we can chat with you, and of course, the only way to win the prizes is if you're sharing on Facebook. So just hop on over if you have the time, if you feel like it. And I think that covers us for announcements before the game, which means that we can recap what happened, a little bit of what happened last week, and jump into the adventure for tonight, which I think is awesome. So, here we go. When last we met, the party was dealing with the fallout from the attack on the town square from a toxic water elemental. The creature turned out to be part of a larger problem with Trapsborough's water supply. Luckily, Lyra's condition improved when she was able to rejoin the group and help in their investigation.
No,
She
it
seemed-
was great.
It was all right.
It was alright.
I came back.
She seemed to be in particularly high spirits, although a small gap in her memory left the party concerned that there might be some lingering effects of her contact with the spirit of the fifth High Priest of Woe. In any case, it was determined that the foulness of the water was a persistent concern. They traveled to a nearby shrine of Drift, a water spirit believed to protect the little Fram and watch over the local fishermen. The keeper of the shrine, Brian Fortin, revealed to the party that the contamination was not only a problem for the people of Trapsborough, but for the local wildlife as well. When he showed them the shore was littered with dead fish. He then suggested that the party seek out a powerful druid living at the edges of the marshes to purify the town's water supply. You all agreed, but not before seeking out the governor to suss out your fee for saving the town and all that. The governor seemed to have no idea that there was a problem with the water, but agreed that if it would keep the people quiet, he would pay you to take care of it. From there, you all traveled south, seeking out the druid Dwindle. He turned out to be a cantankerous sort who was none too thrilled to see you. Nevertheless, he agreed that the people of Trapsborough should not suffer, so he offered his aid, if you would do him a service first. He demanded an owlbear egg, fetched from a nearby nest, but to complicate matters, you were not to kill the owlbear's mother.
How hard could it be?
Simple,
We should have
easy.
killed the owlbear.
Easy.
Knowing that this task required finesse, cunning, and calculation, you all charged in and hoped for the best.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alex
Oh.
and Lyra argued over who was not doing their jobs. Giant Quigley squared off against the enraged owlbear mother, and Crag did his very best not to become a murderous rage machine, a task at which he failed. Marcus managed to distract Crag, which did stop him from killing the beast, but because he was too busy trying to kill Marcus. Things got even more messy when the owlbear Papa showed up. The egg heist became a mad dash for survival, as you all fled through the forest. Then Crag's rage ended, and exhaustion set in, slowing his escape to a crawl. Marcus tried to drag Crag onward, but it was no use, and the owlbears were nearly upon them. That's when Dwindle stepped in. Using his magic, he stopped the pursuing owlbears, and the party was able to return safely to his home.
I tried to recruit Dwindle. Craig tried to recruit
Yeah.
Dwindle.
Hashtag Team Dwindle.
Team Dwindle.
Yes, hashtag Team Dwindle.
Impressed by your dedication to his instructions, Dwindle traveled with you to Trapsborough to see if he could help with the water crisis. Now you are all just finishing up with the Mouse and Moth after securing him some accommodations for the duration of his stay in Trapsborough. You have probably about time. I would guess that it's about mealtime. But as you look around, you notice that Alex is nowhere to be seen.
I have a question.
What do you do?
Wait. A question. So everything that we used, we didn't sleep. Like we're still.
No,
like,
you are
guys,
still
I gotta go meditate.
immediately.
What about food?
Where's Alex?
Yes,
to eat.
dinner. Well, but she
Where's
disappears
Alex?
every
What
once in a
about
while.
the comments from the imaginary world that's
Yes,
out there
oh
talking to
yes,
us?
we must do that.
All right.
So Kyle says hashtag JimJam haircut on fleek.
I'm happy to see that it's still that way.
And Mike mentioned that he probably has 85 to 90% of all printed Pathfinder materials, but the beginner's box is not one that he has. So that
Well,
would
Mike,
be a
I
good thing
hope
for
you
you to win.
shared so that you have a chance to win one. coming
And
up.
by the way, thank you to everyone that reviewed the show this week. You can now review the show on Facebook. It's a very cool feature that allows new viewers to see whether or not we're legit and worth watching, which some of you think we are. So thank you for reviewing the show and giving us so many stars. We appreciate that. I did want to give a quick mention. Every week, we ask you guys to share the show, and you do a fantastic job doing that, and you use the hashtag dragons and stuff. And the reason, of course, you do that is because you love us, and because you want to win prizes. However, one stipulation to the contest, and it's a stipulation only in the sense that we literally cannot get you your winning chance if you don't share it publicly. If your share is not public, what will actually happen on Facebook, if you don't know, is that when you share it on Facebook, it'll say, oh, there's a share. So we might see 50 shares that come up on the video, and they say 50 people shared the video. But when we go to look at those 50 people, we only see 20 names, because everybody, as you should, is concerned about their privacy on the internet, and that's a very good thing to do. But you can make a singular post public so that it can be seen, and we need you to do that, because otherwise you're not eligible to win the prize, even though you're doing an awesome job sharing the show and you're doing everything you're supposed to do. So please make sure your shares are public so that you can win the prizes. We want you eligible to win the prizes, and we want you to win. So I'm sorry for that long-winded explanation, but I just want people to know that they can do that. Craig, Lyra, do you guys want to take some comments real fast?
Harney says, may your rolls be high tonight. Maybe I'll
Quigley.
try to be in our paper.
Yeah, let's see.
Quigley.
It's always me.
Emily said, got home from work just in time to watch dragons and stuff while I bake cookies for my D&D group tomorrow.
Ooh, what kind of cookies?
Dude, I bring cookies every week. Shut
How
up.
come you didn't bring
Shut
donuts
up.
today? It's
I
National
have
Donut Day,
cookies.
Dot.
I had 5 today.
Oh yes, and also we do have an Instagram page. If you like the photos that we post throughout the week, we post about 3 to 4 pictures or
1,000.
videos every day on the Instagram page. That is, you go to Instagram and it's at Dragons and Stuff Show. That's the name on Instagram, and it's very fun. Yes!
Speaking of donuts and cookies, dinner?
Dinner!
Dinner!
Yes, dinner!
But wait.
We have to order dinner
Well,
and pay for it.
Well,
from
well,
Maisie.
after you guys walked in with and you guys got the Maisie has already started the process.
started?
Like she understands that this is
I
part of the
say,
process
yes,
and is
of course.
starting
Could
to
I
bring
get
food
an owl
out.
bear scramble, please? That's what I want for dinner.
It's dinner.
She does. I'm not
want an
really
owl
familiar
bear
with the
scramble?
owl bear
Scramble.
scramble. What are
No?
you talking about?
Nah,
what is that?
Never mind. It's an
It's
inside
been a
joke.
long day.
I'll have whatever you're serving, Maisie. And maybe a drink in one of those mugs. Yes.
Cups, one of your
Perhaps I
delightful
can take
cups.
one of your delightful cups.
Oh, he loves Lady Maisie's cups.
Well, I mean, you can use a cup for the time
And
that you're here.
I take out 2 gold pieces and I put them on the table. And I say,
I don't know why you really want these cups so badly, but I mean,
Hashtag Marcus reasons,
Marcus
Lady
reasons.
Maisie. Hashtag Marcus reasons.
Did Dwindle get put up in the room that's been vacated by the farmer? Because we're
sure,
have you
yeah.
seen them?
Do you want to ask? I have them.
yeah, where's Earl Cabot?
Yeah.
Have we seen
Earl?
him?
Oh, well, he was here for a few days, and then he had family that he went to stay with after. So
Okay, so he's okay.
So he's
not
okay.
dead.
No, he is okay.
He's not
His
dead
kids
or
are okay.
anything.
no.
Hold on. I don't know. Is he okay? Has anybody seen him since he left?
Well, nobody has seen him, but he does. I mean, he
Well,
left.
he had an
he's-
encounter with that smoke monster.
He did mention that.
And
yeah.
his son Danny is all right, and his
Yes.
daughter Linny.
Yes, his children were just fine. They were telling the story of they tell everybody they can about the heroes, how they want to grow up and be just like them.
Which
Heroes.
of the heroes do they
amazing.
specifically mention?
Well, they usually talk about you as a group.
There were 2 of us that saved them. The others Well, I'll give Alex credit because she was saving animals.
Couple of us
Where
just
is
stood
Alex?
around.
Hashtag passive aggressive Lyra.
That was passive aggressive.
Jim, I'm gonna go ahead and mark 1 cup on my sheet.
Yeah, you go ahead. Yeah,
Safe to do so.
just minus 2 gold, but plus 1 cup.
Yep, I got it.
Yeah.
I got
Yes.
it.
Does anyone notice
Where's
where
Alex?
Lady Alex is?
Where is she ever at?
Should we
Well,
worry
usually
about
she's
her?
kind of around.
It's not uncommon for her to disappear
Right, I
at
mean-
random. So in fact, there's sometimes days at a time.
I've
where you
been
don't see her.
surprised that she hasn't disappeared.
Yes.
That's
More
actually
often
the
or
fact that
sooner.
she has stuck around as consistently as she has. Is
Trying to get all the loot.
So,
but guys-
business as usual then?
food.
Yes.
Usually she's around for that.
Honestly, I'm gonna agree with Lyra here. What are we doing talking? Let's eat.
That too.
Okay.
We're gonna eat our scrambles
Guys.
and our whatevers.
Before we go out, though, doing anything
Well,
else,
it's
I've got to
nighttime.
meditate.
Yes,
What
and
time is
I don't know if you
know that
remember,
takes
but
8
my
hours.
sword got flung from my hand. I have no sword.
Maybe
So-
maybe Dwindle could get it for
You
you.
have a throwing axe, though.
Well, you could go
Well, yes.
make amends with Ash.
I don't need to make amends with Ash. I believe you are the one that
I
needs to
don't
make amends with Ash.
It's all in
Well, I
how you
thought
look
she
at
does that
it.
in the
No,
morning.
you know what? That will be in the morning, and I will go by myself with Sir Crag because I think she likes Sir Crag.
She
You
might.
think wrong.
After my meal,
Yeah.
I have a question, Jim.
Yes.
How long ago did I cast Arcane Mark on each of them magically? So, I mean, obviously Arcane Mark is magical, but I mean the invisible mark on them. Because that was when we went down to the marshes for the first time.
Yeah. It would have been probably about 2 weeks almost at this point.
Okay, and it lasts for what, a month, 30 days?
It'll last for a month. Yeah.
Okay, so I have time left.
Yeah.
Okay. Then after we eat, I'm gonna go to the archives. But before I leave, I'm gonna tell them I gotta do some rounds around town, and then see you guys back at our house, Simon's.
Sure.
Oh, right. Walk all the way there. Sometimes I forget I'm not.
So
at the
Benjamin
mouse
Snyder
involved
says,
anymore
did
because
Alex
of
give
Crag.
Quigley his axe back because she picked it up after he tossed it at that crap monster, LOL? Yes, she did.
She did. Yeah.
Very politely, she did.
You do have your axe at least.
And yes, Kyle D. Adams, you troll. I am letting other people read the comments specifically because Alex is not here.
He is a troll.
And the last one.
Brian Summers says, coming this summer from Fox Searchlight Pictures, Maisie's Cups, a coming-of-age story about a wizard and a barman. You know what? It might be a hit.
So, after I eat, I say, all right, Sir Crag, are you ready to head back to the house?
You should probably ask me too. Here. Ridiculous.
Yes, but he
Where's
is...
Alex?
Yes, but he is my
What? What
Sir
is he?
Crag.
You were Sir Crag? What am I?
Well, you're Lady Lyra,
Yes.
yes, but I am indebted to Sir Crag.
He pretty much owes me his life, I guess.
So you're gonna
Yes.
ask him where he's going?
Well, I will always be by Sir Crag's side.
So,
Fine. I'm gonna head back to the house.
okay, see you later.
Are you guys going back to the house?
Bye. See you later.
No, I'm asking you guys. Are you guys going back to the house?
Sure, yeah, we'll see you
I don't
there.
really
Yes.
want to go there by myself. I don't
We'll
really
see you there.
feel
No, bye.
It's a spooky house, yes.
We need to figure out a way. So we know.
Fine.
Oh, has Dwindle
going back to
gone
the
up
house.
to has Dwindle
So I'm
gone
walking.
up to his bed yet?
I gotta go
or is he
meditate.
still
No,
with
no,
us?
he's around.
So Dwindle.
What?
Hello.
What do you want?
Dwindle.
Would you go over to his table?
Yes, I did. I was wondering, what are you going to do about this water and time frame? How long does that look like it's going?
I've been here for an hour.
My
goodness. I don't know.
Oh.
I have to look at the water. I have to investigate and figure out the source of the problem.
Do we need to be here when you do
No,
that?
I would prefer it if you weren't here.
I forgot that I didn't say bye. So I have to turn around and say bye. So I'm walking back.
So will you just tell us if there's something that we can help you with?
Yes,
Or
I
are
will-
you just
I will
fine
I'll call
doing
you.
whatever you want? Perfect. Just, you know where to reach us.
So I walk in and I say, goodbye. Thank you for your help. We'll see you later. And I walk
Why
out.
are you shouting at him?
Because I walked into the bar, but he's farther away than I think
thinks
he
he's
is.
But I have to understand
He looks
exactly.
like he would be
Because Quigley
deaf.
said I went to Dwindle's table. So to be clear, we all went together with Dwindle and then made him go sit by himself, and then we went and
I'm
sat.
pretty sure he wanted to sit at
Yeah,
his table.
he didn't sit
He
down
does
with
not
you.
like us,
He's been
Lord
off on his
Marcus.
own, quite on
He
purpose.
does not like us at all.
So,
Penelope and Jeremy have both said hello to us, and Jeremy mentions he's looking forward to this all week. So have
As
we.
are we.
Yay.
We're always looking forward to being
Thanks
here.
for joining us.
And
So-
any new people tuning in, sorry, real quick, Craig, any new people that are tuning in, there's normally 5 of us. Alex is off somewhere doing some other secret
we
adventure.
don't know.
So,
Took off.
Hashtag
Yeah.
team missing, Alex.
yeah. It's true. Go ahead, Craig. Sorry.
Right.
well, you're gone, right?
Oh yes, you're gone.
I'm sorry,
I
are you
love-
speaking
What
to
are
me?
you telling me?
Well, you're
I know
gone
I
too,
left.
right?
Yeah, I started walking.
This
Well,
is
first I
awesome.
said goodbye.
This
Me
is-
and
say
Sir
goodbye.
Crag.
Yes, me and Squiggly. I love how everyone just leaves.
Well, if you
We,
guys...
don't,
You're not there.
I'm
You
not there.
can't talk to us.
Sorry.
we need to figure out a way to pit the Red Masked Mercenaries against the cultists and the Naiad. And we know we have to go to the Naiad and make it known that we want to hire the Red Masked Mercenaries.
Yes.
And I wish Marcus was here.
Because he could do it,
Well, no, we could talk about it as a group.
and you
But
can't
we're
do that
not.
with Lady Lyric.
Well, she's not
She's
there.
not here either.
But, Sir Craig, I believe we discussed this last time. There is a possibility that if we do have them pit each
That
other
they would
against,
team up
that they
against
would team
us.
up against us, and then we would have quite literally double the enemies that we would be facing.
Well, we don't have to be there.
They would. I believe that they know how to find us. I do like the idea, though. It just needs to be very concrete.
Yeah.
I've headed to Cadwell's first.
Cadwell's first. Okay.
Yes.
It's dinner time.
Past dinner time.
It's past dinner time. Cadwell's can't be open.
So
You're not there.
I left there. Sorry, just real quick. I left there assuming
we
that there
go
was
to the
still
Naiad?
time that places were open.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah, let's do it.
we'll go to Naiad.
Yes. Yes. So Crag and I are going to the Naiad.
This is where things are gonna get awesome, guys. Okay, well, let's deal with Marcus first, who has gone over to Cadwell's Curious Potions and Elixirs. You open the door. You see that Cadwell he's cleaning up things. He's clearly bringing things to a close, though he's open and the door is unlocked. And you walk in and he says, "Ah, well, there you are. I was wondering when I'd see you again.
And here I am, and there you are.
As I always am. How can I help you become a better you today?
Well, Cadwell, just looking for some spell components.
Spell components? You
Just-
run out of the ones I already sold you?
Yeah, just some odds and ends. Maybe some. Do you have any parchment or anything as well? Should I check maybe with the archives on that one? General store.
I think you'd probably find parchment at the general store, more
Sure.
likely, or Swiftwinds.
Okay.
Either way.
Cool. Well, I'll get some spell components from you.
All right. I felt that we had a fair deal from the previous time, 25 gold pieces, and it would give you enough to, if you're looking for scrolls, probably 2.
Do you have enough for 2?
For 25 gold, I have more. How much do you need?
You want 25 gold each, or 25 for every 2?
Essentially enough for enough materials to create a first level scroll is typically 25 gold. He's willing to sell you enough that you could do 2 first level spells
For 25
at 25 gold.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, so I want to make 2, 4, 5. So let's go with
Good
10.
broccoli juice.
So 125 gold is what I'm
Okay.
going to pay him for
Now,
10 spell components.
Okay, you can get enough spell components to do that. You know, though, that in turn, just so because I know you have like second level spells, the pricing's a little different. You have to use more. It doesn't translate to an exact like. It's not just double
Right.
the amount. So you would actually use up most of that material for a single second level spell.
Right.
But
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah, you're good.
Brittany Hagen says, Crag, what are you drinking? Don't you know that it's broccoli juice?
Somebody mentioned that
Squash!
before. It was
Squashed
it
from
was
his enemies.
it was blood. It was broccoli people blood.
Yeah.
Somebody had mentioned that before.
Broccoli juice from our
Yeah.
crushed broccoli enemies.
Yes.
Little broccolis, yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Benjamin Snyder says you could say that the party is dwindling, and then you have to put on the deal with it shades.
Jim.
Yeah.
Just from a technical standpoint, the Pearl of Power.
Yeah.
Do I have to be holding that, or does that just have to be on my person?
You would hold it to activate the magic. Yeah.
You would hold it?
Or you could wear it, or you could like if you wore it on a necklace, you could do that. But you couldn't have it like in your backpack.
Could I have it sewn into my robe?
If you sewed it into the sleeve of your robe,
Right.
then I would say you could just grab onto it and use it. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Who should I see about that? Ash?
I mean, you could probably do that yourself.
Yeah.
Is there a
gonna do that
You're just
myself.
sewing up a
town?
little pocket. I don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm gonna do that myself.
Is there a tailor
Okay, cool.
in town? We now have to
yeah,
go
sure.
see,
There's a tailor. I mean, sure.
go to
Let's
the
find the
tailor.
tailor.
Nope. I ain't doing that.
But no, you wouldn't want to. Ash the blacksmith would not be in charge of sewing a pocket into your robe. No.
Ash does not like us
I'm gonna
very
go
much.
to
Sarge.
the general store next.
Okay.
Sarge.
Bye, Cadwell.
He's going to all
Goodbye.
these places. I
Yeah,
want to go
appreciate
see
it.
Ash then. I didn't know places were still open.
No, you're going to the Naiad.
Most, you know that a lot of the businesses are starting to wind down. They'll be closing up soon, but they're not closed yet.
Well,
It's not
fine.
dark.
I want to go see Lady Ash.
Did you guys see Noah's comment? Did anybody
No.
read that one?
We didn't read, no. Jeremy, or no, we already read those.
Yeah, we read those.
Noah?
You dismissed them.
Noah
dismissive.
Politi?
Politi?
Politi. Sorry
The
if
wisdom
I'm
teeth?
pronouncing
Yeah.
that wrong. No wisdom teeth removal surgery and drowsy drugs will stop me from watching this stream.
Yeah.
All right, Noah.
It's gonna
Way
make
to
it
go,
even better.
Gosh, that sounds awful. I'm so sorry.
You are a champ.
Just don't play the drinking game that goes along with it. That would be very strange.
Yeah, don't mix the drinking game and drugs. Don't do
No.
that.
Jonathan!
What is the town? By the way, as I'm walking around town,
Yeah.
Jim, what is the general mood and demeanor? Because nobody has water, right?
No, as you
Yeah,
recall
you guys
there-
had warned the town, the church, beforehand about the problem, and they had said about giving most people immediate supplies. You know that there is a general feeling of there is a definite feeling of concern. You notice that there's not as many people out right now as normally would be. You know that as you were walking through town, actually you saw that there was a huge concentration of people at the church, even at this late hour. There's still a ton of people over there getting rations of water for either the remainder of this day or the next day, as the priests furiously try to keep up with the town's demands.
If only Lyra would help them.
Dude, if you want me to help
So,
our group, I gotta go.
Can you jump back
I
to
gotta
us
go
for a
sleep.
second?
She's got to meditate.
I gotta
Before you
meditate.
wait for him to finish
and
this
then I
whole
will
thing, can you jump back to
absolutely
us?
What?
Wow.
Wow.
What'd you say?
Passive aggressive Craig.
I don't
Crack,
believe that was
cranky
passive
crack.
in any
No,
way.
that wasn't
Crag.
passive at all.
That was openly aggressive,
I
Crag.
don't want to hear him going to all his little shops. I just want to.
Right. So you guys were going
So we're walking-
Quigley.
we're walking on the
Now
way to the
that I
Naiad.
know,
Quigley,
I would
yeah.
like to stop and see Lady Ash and see if she'll actually sell me something now.
Well, you should have just let me talk you out of going to the Naiad, because we're not going to the Naiad.
Why not?
Because I have a whole plan with glamour. We'd have to be someone else
Oh.
to get the Red Mask
But
Mercenaries.
don't you want to, like, get a feel for the place and...
I've been there. It's awful.
All right. So, yes, do you mind going with me to see Lady Ash? She does like you a lot, Sir Crag.
Sure.
I think there's a romance brewing.
So we're going to Ashes.
Hashtag Ashcrag.
Ash Crag?
Ashcrag.
Or Crash.
Crag Ash.
Crag Ash?
Crash? It's Crash.
Yes, it's Crash.
Crash.
Ash Crag.
Ash Crash.
Hashtag Ash Crag.
So, yes.
So you go to the blacksmith. She looks to be letting the forges cool for the night. She's putting away her tools as you walk up. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Hello, Lady Ash. I brought less of the party here this time because I have noticed that when I bring more of the party, somebody tends to irk somebody's chain, and it doesn't seem to go very well. So it's just me and Sir Crag today because is it possible now to purchase things from you? I do have a very big order, and I would rather purchase it from the small businesses of Trapsborough rather than going to the Swiftwinds Trading Company. I don't particularly like them, and I do like you.
Get a diplomacy check. Quigley.
Please! 9 plus 4, 13.
Okay. What do you want to purchase, Quigley?
Well, I did seem to lose my Swordicles. I had deemed it in the last battle that we had against a ferocious owl bear. And I do need a new blade, but I would like to have a little bit better of a blade. Maybe a Masterworks blade, if you have one just lying around, somewhere. And then, also, I've noticed that I could be better armored in battle as well, and I would also like a breastplate agile version.
Well, you were right. It's a big order.
It's a very big order.
There's really not much call for that kind of equipment in this town. I mean, you guys are really the only adventurers that we've hosted.
I'm just trying to put money in your pocket.
The town guard doesn't really. I don't have those things on hand.
All right.
But I could attempt to produce them.
Okay.
It would be costly.
How much would it be?
For the blade alone, it would be 350 gold pieces, and a week's worth of time.
All right.
The breastplate would be 450 gold pieces.
All right.
It would take me 2 weeks to complete.
Let me just get this down. So 350 for the sword, and 1 week,
And that's provided
and 450.
I can produce a blade of the quality you're demanding on my first attempt.
I believe.
I
in
hope
you,
it
Lady
takes
Ash.
3.
For the breastplate and 2 weeks. Now, would it be possible with such a large order that I could pay you half up front, and then you would lend me a sword to use in battle, one similar to the one that I had, and then when you did finish the other sword, I would return the sword to you and pay you the rest of the funds.
It's like a dealership car. My car's in the shop. I need the dealership. You have
Yeah.
the dealership sword?
I need the loner blade.
Lunar blade, yes.
You have an axe.
Yes, but I tend to throw that.
Well, don't.
But what if I have to throw it? Another thing. Do you buy back old equipment? Because I do have a shield, and I do have another spiky shield that I had previously bought from you, and I would like to sell those back as well.
I personally don't have much use for buying back the
All right.
weapons. However, I know that Swiftwinds does a ton of trading.
Perfect.
They're your most likely place to sell back things that
All
you
right.
have found.
Perfect. So can I pay you?
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a Swordicles.
Do you want me to... Why don't you pay... Which one do you want me to make first?
I would like the... Oh yes, because you can't do them at the same time, can you?
He will get his
No.
upgraded stuff like
Well, it
season
depends.
2.
Can we make a deal for the sword?
Yeah. I
For
can begin the blade first.
No, but can we but do you just have a normal sword like the one that I had lying around? I'll
You want just a regular blade?
Yes, how much would that be?
20 gold.
All right.
20 gold pieces will get you a blade.
I will buy one of those from
Okay.
you, and then I will ask you to start on the breastplate.
Okay.
And would you like, should we work out a receipt, or should I pay for it now? How do you want to do this, Lady Ash?
You had mentioned half up front, which will definitely get me the materials I
Sure,
need.
absolutely.
And I can begin the work as early as probably tomorrow.
Do you want half up front for both, or just for the breastplate?
We'll do it one at a time.
All right. All right, so I pay you 225 gold pieces, 245 gold pieces.
245 gold. Sorry.
I regain a sword.
There's a message to our tech team from Social. If those of you in chat that don't know Social, get acquainted. Social is a terrible, horrible, spiteful little monster that lives in our chat. We captured it a while ago, but sometimes useful information is said by Social. So, just chat and you'll see some sort of terribleness responded back to you by.
It was a harrowing tale how we caught Social.
Yeah, so it's honestly so harrowing that no time to repeat it now.
No.
But tech team, there's been a request to have the master volume increased a smidge, is the technical term that was used. Yes, Craig.
But he's almost like the guy that works the rope at the club. Like letting if you want to
JimJam.
speak with us,
You have to go through
It's not
social.
gotta
sure
go
the
through
same as the
social
one
first.
that I had before.
Yeah. You can just get a long sword.
All right. So, I shall name it Loner Sword.
Rent a blade?
Rent-a-blade. Yes, that's better, Lady Ash. Well done.
So you could have probably just bought that at Swiftwinds. All that stuff.
Why'd you tell him?
Like right out.
Why'd you tell him? I told you not to tell him.
Yes, but I like working with local businesses.
He's into the yeah.
You're telling me that you trust Swiftwind's trading company
trust
more than you trust
anybody.
Lady Ash.
Craig trusts
I
no
don't
one.
trust anybody.
Craig trusts
Listen, I'm
no
just
one.
trying to
DTA.
rebuild our relationship
Like Stone
here.
Cold Steve Austin, DTA.
Going to the general store, Jim. I don't know what Lyra's
Okay.
doing, but she doesn't matter anyways.
She's lost in the
Said
woods.
she wanted to go home and go to bed.
I'm meditating. Am I there yet?
And then we head to the Naiad.
We're not going to the night.
Why not?
We're not for what?
But that's where you said you wanted
Am
to go.
I
You
at the
and
house
me.
where I
said
can
you
meditate?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You're Naiad buddies.
What are we gonna do there?
We could scope the place out, see if there are any red mass mercenaries just like whispering around. Oh, red mass mercenaries. Oh, red mass mercenaries.
You get to the general store. Sarge looks...
General goods.
General goods, yes. You get to general goods,
Uh-huh.
where you see Sarge is, he's actually stepping out, and then he looks over and sees you approaching, kind of rolls his eyes and opens the door back up and steps
I roll
inside.
my eyes at him.
And you find him standing inside of his store.
Sarge, I won't waste your time. Just need some parchment, some ink.
Goes
Hey,
over
wait,
to a
I think
shelf.
I have ink. I have ink. I just need some parchment.
Picks up a sheaf of parchment that's in a twine bundle, slaps it on the counter. Says 4 gold.
How many sheets roughly is that? I'm asking Jim because I physically can't see it.
Usually its standard is 50.
50?
Sheets, yeah.
And I can use that to write scrolls with.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50 sheets. 4 gold. Bam. Dunzos.
All right.
Great. Thanks, Sarge. Bye. See ya. Oh wait, no wait, hold on. I need thread and a needle.
He gets a sewing kit out. Says 5 silver.
Oh, Sarge does
I give him
not
a gold.
like us.
He puts 5 silver on the counter.
I say, keep it. You've earned it.
It's not how we work here.
Goodbye, and I leave.
All right.
Oh, Sarge, learn how to take a tip, right?
Gosh, that guy's killing me. I head to the. I'm not gonna make it. Am I? I'm not gonna make it if I go to the archives. I'm going to the archives.
Okay.
Penny's got to be there.
Penny works all day and night.
All day and night. She's got nowhere else to go.
You get to the archives and the door's locked and the windows are dark.
I knock.
You wait a moment and then you don't hear any sounds from inside. You don't.
He hears Mortifor.
What?
That was really good.
That's a really good multiple.
I was like, I don't have to do that anymore. I'll just have Craig do it.
I go to the church.
Okay, there's still a ton of people at the church, but the crowd is somewhat smaller. But you can tell that there's still a lot of people there, and you can tell that. I mean, there's the acolytes have set out. They have these huge barrels of water now, and they're filling them up. Some of the acolytes they look just exhausted from the days of. Even though Lyra makes the act of casting create water look like trivial, when you've done it for 10, 12 hours straight, it becomes a very taxing endeavor, and you can see that all of the present
They
priests
clearly
are,
have enough water for this town at this point. Somebody did the math last time. There's a lot of gallons of water that have been made.
So Penelope says, "There's a penny," because she's very excited about Penelope Green at
Indeed,
the historical
Penelope
archives.
is in. Well, no, yeah. Penelope.
You've done it.
And
Yeah,
someone
she's there.
said
She's
before,
important.
so shall for team leader.
No.
Someone said before. Yeah, I saw it.
No, Marcus is the team leader.
No,
Marcus is the team leader.
No,
That's just how it
it's
is.
Literally, Social cannot be the team leader. We've trapped it inside of a jar.
In fact, if you put Soshal in charge, chances are he would take his first opportunity to trick everyone, leading to their deaths, so that he could be free of us. So that would be a terrible,
But I don't
terrible
understand
plan.
because he'd still be in the jar.
Well, you would just take orders from him, I guess.
Lame.
I don't know.
I push my way to the front of the crowd. Well, I don't push. I mean, yeah, I do, but not, too jerkery.
I don't know how you push gently and not jerkily.
Well, if I say I push my way to the front of the crowd, you're going to be like, well, these people ain't. Well, I'm going to go looking for Brother York.
That's exactly what Marcus would do, though.
I'm Marcus. Don't tell me what Marcus would do. I'll tell you.
You see.
I say, excuse me, hero coming through.
You manage to get your way towards the front of the crowd. You see that you're catching quite a few dirty looks as you cut your way in.
I sneer at them.
But you eventually make it to the front, and you find that Brother York is out in the yard. He seems to be directing a lot of the effort to make sure that people are taken care of. He sees you coming. How can I help you?
I said, Brother York, what's the word? Any news? Any more stories?
Is there news on your end?
Yes. I just want to catch up in town. Did we miss anything? We've been gone for a day or two.
We have set all of our efforts to making sure that the people have enough water, and that they are. That we've been allaying their fears that the end has come, and that.
Well, there's of
all
course
things
nothing to
are
be
going
afraid
end.
of because the heroes are on the case.
Be that as it may, did you find some form of aid?
Yes, Brother York, you should send Aaron, who runs errands, over to the Mouse and Moth early in the morning to meet with Dwindle, who I believe will be working towards correcting this problem. We spoke with Keeper Fortin, and we're on the case. We're making this
That
happen.
is excellent news, and I'm certainly all of us here are glad to hear it. Is there anything else that I can help you with?
No, just wanted you to know. You should send Aaron, who runs errands.
I will do that first thing in the morning.
Good on you.
Aaron will go.
Good on you. I head to the governor's mansion, Jim.
Okay, you head to the government. By now, the sun is very low on the horizon.
But I'm not tired.
Of course, you're not tired. I'm not saying you're tired. You guys, we're arguing about whether or not to go to the Naiad.
Yeah.
What was the
First,
decision
before
on
we
that?
leave, I grab a receipt from Lady Ash. Yes, I've learned from Lord Marcus over there. Always
Gotta get a
it
receipt
in right.
just in case somebody ruins your reputation in town and no longer wants to do business with you.
Right.
Right. So,
Right.
what was your
So,
call on to do next?
The Naiad? Yes.
For what?
Grab a couple of brewskis.
Look at that innocent face that doesn't want to do anything but sit and drink and not cause any trouble whatsoever.
Sure. What's the worst that could happen?
Let's find out. You guys head to the Naiad, which is, as you know, a grimy, dingy bar
Hive of
where
slummability.
most of the workers come after their shifts, doing whatever it is they do. Typically, backbreaking labor, or fishing, or farm labor. They are all doing quite a lot, just like what Quigley's doing. You head inside. You see that there is a stout, balding, middle-aged bartender who kind of gives you his glance as you walk in, but doesn't say anything. You notice that most of the other people in the room are ignoring you. They're all huddled at their tables. If they're with anybody at all, they have their hushed conversations going, but otherwise seem to pay no attention to the newcomers. What do you do?
So, can I perceive which one of them I would deem most likely to be a red masked mercenary?
Make a sense motive check.
Perfect.
This feels right.
Yeah, talk to the dice.
Please! 18 plus
wow.
3, 21!
Wow.
You get the general sense in the room that the people that you're dealing with are not outwardly hostile, but they're definitely, nobody's looking for a conversation. Nobody wants to talk to you. Everybody just wants to drink their drinks.
Well, we're about to change that,
And,
aren't
and
we?
they want to, that's all they want
So
out,
do we
of, out
just
of this
And at
experience.
that point, we just walked in the door.
Oh, yes.
And you
Because I
stepped
didn't
in the
deem which
door.
one of them I would deem most likely to be.
You see to your trained eye, and based on what you've read about in Sir Gerald's Guide to Heroic Endeavors, everyone here
Oh,
looks a little shady,
devious.
like they could be hiding something.
Speaking
you
of
know,
speaking of the patrons who have probably gotten off a hard day work, Sean messaged us, said he is here after a hard day's work, and said, "What's up, dude?" What's up, Sean? Thanks for joining us. Welcome back. Remember, if you're tuning in, if you've brought any friends, if you've encouraged any new viewers to join us on our adventure, make sure they share the show on Facebook using the hashtag Dragons and Stuff. And as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, and if you weren't here for, please make sure your share is public, because when you share it privately, which is perhaps your default settings, we will never see your share and you won't be eligible to win the prize. So please make sure your shares are public. Austin just got turned on to this just in time for his campaign to start doing Rise of the Rune Lords. Well, we've had some minis in the past, and I believe there are some minis being given away at some point tonight as well. And Eric Lyra Craig
Brian?
Lyra
Well,
or Ben.
first of all, you
Would
forgot
you
to mention
say-
that when you share it, you have to hashtag dragons and stuff.
Thank you.
Did you just
Yes,
do,
please do that.
Did you just do a hashtag?
Hashtag.
So who would like to read
Brian,
Brian?
would you say it is a wretched hive, or would you say it is a wretched hive of scum and villainy?
No, we wouldn't say that.
Because if you do, you owe Disney some money.
Brian,
That's why we
not
avoid
to-
No,
that.
I believe JimJam said it was
Brian.
a wretched hive of villainy and
actually-
scum, so...
Well,
Okay,
Lyra loves Disney. So Lyra, what was he referencing?
Well, there's a lot of different ones that you can think of.
No.
No, there's exactly
really not
one.
just
There's one.
There is exactly
There's
one
There's
thing.
exactly-
actually a pop-up in Hollywood of it.
Is it Frozen? This is good. We'll continue on.
Frozen? Guys.
No, it is not Frozen.
Oh, is it Star Wars? Guys, okay.
Yeah, it's Star Wars. It was Star Wars. There.
Alright, guys.
It's okay.
It's cool. We're just
So-
gonna
We're
keep going.
just gonna keep going.
So,
I walk forward. Are we walking forward?
I want to know, do I deem
know.
that any of them more to be
You-
Red Mask mercenaries
you
than the
would
rest?
Who left
think.
us?
You don't see anything that jumps out at you, but you also know that a trained lurker in the shadows would not be obvious, except to the untrained eye. So you immediately go to the corners of the room, where
No,
you
he's
see
not
that.
going anywhere because I sense
Wait,
this.
You don't know
We
what
go-
I'm doing!
I don't mean literally go. I mean he turns his attention to the corners of the room, and you see that
He just say he was going.
you
don't
do
know
see
where I'm going.
that there are
I don't know where I'm
a
going.
few people that you don't know whether they're Red Mask mercenaries or not. It's really impossible to tell. But you would say that if something were to go down, you would keep your eye on them. You would think they would be the most dangerous. They would be the ones to watch if something bad
so
were
I
going to
say,
happen.
Sir
No,
Craig,
no,
I'd
I'm
like to
sit-
go to a table right over there.
Let's get drinks first.
All right.
So we go forward, and I take out my ram cup and I slam it on the counter and I say ale.
Pretty fancy. Probably worth more than the ale I'm going to put in it. Are you sure this is the right place for you?
JimJam, how many of them are at that table as well?
Well, they're kind of scattered around there. You spotted maybe 4 individuals in the room and they're scattered. None of them are sitting together, but you would guess.
Jim,
So
can,
I say I would like a tray of 7 beers.
What is that supposed to mean?
Jim,
just
can
saying.
Can he rage drink?
I don't know. I've never
you
tested
don't
that
serve
before.
my kind in here? Is that what?
I'm just saying. You. Whatever you want. Takes the cup, fills it with ale, sets it on the counter. It's 2 copper.
Slide his money across, slide his cup across the table. What the hell?
I'm not trying to start trouble for it.
Just saying what?
I would like a tray of 7 beers.
Tray. Give me a tray.
I don't
7
I don't
beers.
have tray, but I have 7 cups that I will give you.
We'll be sitting over at that table over there. I point to the table closest to the people I am very
Swings his
curious
arm
about.
over.
All right.
And I say, you know what? Better make it 9 ales over there.
Yeah, sure. 18 copper.
All right, and I just flip him 2 silver pieces, and I say, keep the change, my good sir.
Yeah, I
That's not how
will.
things work around here.
I will
Not
do
how
that.
things work around here.
Why don't you go sit down and I'll bring you your drinks?
So, Greg, this is going to work very well.
Did you hear what he said to me?
Yes, I did, but I don't think it was a racist.
Oh, what the hell was it then?
I think he was just admiring
You sure you
your
want?
cup.
I admire my cup.
What? Lord Marcus admires Lady Maisie's cups all the time.
You go sit down, I assume.
Oh, yes.
And it's a few minutes, but eventually beers are brought out,
9
several
beers.
by several. And soon you are just sitting in front of a table full of beers.
And I say, I turn to Sir Crag and I go, Sir Crag, why did he bring us all these beers? We'll never be able to finish all these beers in time.
So I start pouring. I pour another cup. And I drink the second one.
No. I say, if only we could share them with some other people around here, we could get rid of some of these beers.
What?
If only we could share some of these ales with some of these gentlemen around here, we could
Subtlety.
have these beers get drinking. I'll never
Yes,
be
get-
able to finish
Let's get
them.
these drinking.
You do notice that as you're talking, because you're making, obviously, on purpose, I assume, a little bit of a scene here.
Oh, absolutely.
And people are definitely starting to look at you. Some of them, there's definitely a curiosity there. definitely none of it's friendly. But you're attracting attention.
Oh, good. That's what
Yeah.
I wanted.
I assumed. Yes.
So I drink a beer. So now we're down 2 because you stole another one, didn't you? So you've had 2. I've had 1. So there
7.
are 7 on the table.
Who wants a free ale?
That's as good of a.
One of the guys raises his hand, and then several others. People are that they get up and start coming over to the table.
Are the people that he wants, are they coming over?
You've noticed 2 of the people that you had identified have come over. There's one guy sitting in one of the corners who has not moved. He's just focused on his own table. Another guy is sitting with a friend and has not made any move to come over. But 2 of the 4 that you've identified as possible trouble have made their way over. People are like reaching out, just grabbing drinks.
Oh, whoa.
I knew.
How many people are there?
Well, there's
We only
about
have 7
10 of them
drinks.
now.
Oh, we only have 7 drinks. We only have 7 drinks. You guys have to
Oh, I guess you have to
Fight each
arm
other.
wrestle Sir Crag
arm
for
wrestle
them.
Sir Crag.
Yes.
When you say there's only 7 drinks, the people have crowded around the table, immediately start reaching in to grab one, and soon there are no drinks. But 2 guys have both reached for a mug. They both have their hand on one, and they're looking at each other, and you can tell there's like a growing anger as both of them are tugging.
I say, gentlemen, no need to fight. Don't worry, just pull up a chair. I'll order more drinks for us.
This guy's stealing my beer.
No, it's all right. I'll get another one.
And the other guy's, no, he's stealing my beer.
Don't worry about it. Listen, if you let go of that beer, I'll get you both 2 more.
Both of them let go at the same time, and
Perfect.
beer just clatters to the floor, and it spills over.
I say, barkeep, can I please get 10 more beers over here?
Okay, yeah, whatever. Pretty soon beers just start coming out.
It's gonna be a long night, folks.
The barkeep, he brings the first couple of beers over and then kind of stands next to you quickly before he goes back to the bar, and he's looking down at you. He's brought over a couple of beers. He's just standing there looking at you.
Who is this? The barkeep?
The barkeep, yeah.
Are you looking for money? Yes, so I hand him 5 silver and I say, keep bringing me beers until this runs out.
All right, it's your money. He walks away, and pretty soon, I mean, now everybody's
burn a hole
drinking
in the
now.
back of his head as he's walking
Yeah.
away.
Pretty soon everybody's drinking, and you notice that now that you've bought so many beers for all these people, the mood in the room has shifted slightly, and now there's not a lot of friendliness, but there's less hostility. Some of the guys they nod to you, they
Swap stories of murders and
there seems to be more of approachability to it now.
Right.
So
That's what I was going for.
You have definitely shifted the mood in the room now that you've provided a whole bunch of free drinks.
Perfect. Damon says, quickly gonna get someone stabbed.
Austin has pointed out that you are a beer baron.
Well, you know what? I'm learning from you, Lord Marcus. This is a great way. I am going to continue buying them drinks until one of them gets hammered.
Okay.
And I mean really, really drunk to the point where we would be like, oh no, we'll walk him home. And one of the ones that I have deemed to be
This'll work.
worthy of it, and we want to question him while he's very drunk on his way home.
Okay. It doesn't take too long. Perfect. Because apparently one of the guys that you had identified as possible trouble was already well into his cups before he started just taking more and more free drinks from you. In fact, after a while, he comes up and he just grabs one of the beers that has been set in front of the table and just kind of sits over in the chair. Not even like he's doing it on purpose, it's just the chair was there and he just kind of he's now in it.
Oh.
He's got his
So what's your name?
Is just is Timothy.
Oh, Oh, Timothy. Timothy, are you all right, Timothy?
Yeah.
How you feeling, bud?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
many beers have you had tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So I say, we have to take our friend Timothy home now. Is he that drunk?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry everyone, we have to take our friend Timothy home now. And I flip.
He raises his glass and smacks it on the table twice.
Oh, don't worry, he's starting to become
And the bartender's already on this, like, all right, more beers. He's,
I flip the barkeep 1 gold piece and I say, drinks on the house from me. And,
okay.
And I assume everyone cheers at that point.
Oh, yes.
And we walk Timothy out of the bar.
And you go to get Timothy out. He's like, hold on.
Yeah, we'll get you one
I'm
for the
not
road.
done yet.
Wait till he passes out.
But then, what are we gonna do? Put him
Are
in
you
the
done
What
yet?
are we gonna do with him? What are you
No,
gonna...
we need him just like this. Timothy, I think it's time to go home, but I will give you a beer on the way home.
Cody has mentioned, is JimJam being merciful?
So, and in no way do we want to do sexual stuff to you by taking you home. In no way.
Who's
There's-
this guy?
Well, I just want to let you know.
We're just trying to be
when did you take
helpful.
on my job?
I don't. Yeah.
All right, let us help you home.
'Cause
I'll
right
give
there's
you a
no-
beer for the road.
I want a beer.
All right, for the road.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Give him a beer.
Is it like
And
Timothy Yaya or Tim?
And I'm like leading.
Timmy, yeah.
I'm leading Timothy out the door with the beer.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Don't worry, Sir Greg. We've got him now.
Oh, okay.
Are
It
you
is
gonna
dark
do
outside
sexual
when you
stuff?
reach
So
outside.
he's
Let
very
me
drunk.
before we continue with whatever this is going to turn into. I want to check back in with Marcus. I want to see what he
What
wanted
is
to
Lyra
do.
dead? Can we see if Lyra's
Well,
Lyra
Lyra went
feels
back to
dead right now
meditate.
'cause
She
she's,
went back
like,
to meditate, and she
meditating
meditated. She was
a
going
long time.
Jim, Marcus has not had a chance to test out the ring of sustenance,
Yeah.
his true powers. And so he, he's not going to the governor's mansion, by the way. I decided
Okay.
against that. So I would go to the Mouse and Moth
Okay.
and attempt to drink a lot.
Well, you can drink. Nothing stops you from drinking. You don't
But
feel
doesn't the ring of sustenance hamper the effects, or no?
Your intent was to test that, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So you begin drinking.
I sure do.
assume. How many drinks do you order?
Well, let's start with 3.
Start with 3.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You begin drinking, and by the end of the 3 drinks, you feel fine.
Is that normal for me?
Yeah, at this stage in your life, yes. At this stage in your liver's necrosis, yes, it's pretty
Well, I
normal.
always paid a gold piece each for these, so I'm keeping the cups. Because Maisie has wonderful cups.
What that like?
And I would order 3 more.
Lyra and the red masks. Marcus and his mugs.
Yeah, now I,
I
know
had a
that I need to have
plan. I
something
had a
that I
plan with
steal.
those red masks, and it was ruined because of this
Well,
guy.
you should do something.
That's what happens with all of your plans, Lyra. They get
No,
ruined by
and
that
they
guy.
are actually really good. They just never get to be implemented.
Maybe he's trying to collect enough cups so Lyra can give water to everyone.
3
in
more
town.
deep. Any effects that I'm noticing? This is all for science, Jim.
Well, after the next 3, because you down them pretty quickly, because you just want to see what's going to happen at the end. So you down
Obviously.
3 more drinks. And what it feels like is that you should probably continue to test this
Yeah, I gotta
to
know.
a greater extent.
Science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do that.
I get 3 more.
You begin testing.
Yep.
So back to the Naiad, or outside of the Naiad.
Oh yes,
You
we're
guys have.
outside now.
He's got his beer for the road.
Yes.
He's walking. And he's like, he's walking away.
No, we're walking with him. We're getting him home.
You have his armor. You have your arm around him.
Yes, oh yes. No, he has his arm around me. I'm helping him walk. And I'm saying, Timothy, so what's new in your life? It's been ages since we've talked.
That guy.
My favorite part about what Quigley does is he tells the GM what is happening. He says, no, his arm is around me, and we're going.
That guy said there would be no weird stuff.
There's not going to be any weird stuff.
Well,
I'm
good.
just helping you get home.
I know how to get home.
No, you don't. You're going the exact wrong way.
No. It's that way.
All right, then let's go.
Yeah.
Any strange encounters that you've
Yeah.
had recently? Timothy.
I got these strange dudes.
Oh, yeah. Which kind of strange dudes? That sounds dubious.
A big guy.
Stupid.
And then you.
Oh, yes. Well, we've had our own adventures as well, yes. We were attacked by some strange acolytes from a distant land, and...
Agamites are terrible.
What do you say?
Yeah.
Then,
Chad says hashtag Timothy ends up on a milk carton.
Dragons and weird.
Hashtag Dragons and weird.
Weird stuff.
That's
From
awesome.
Corinne.
That's so true right now.
If you're tuning in on Twitch, thanks for joining us. Make sure you head over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/dragons and
Weird
stuff.
Stop.
No, not and weird stuff, and stuff.
stuff.
Dragons
Dragons
and
stuff.
stuff. Share the live video we have there. Use the hashtag dragons and stuff. When you share it, make sure your share is public, and you will be entered to win awesome goodies from Paizo and Sirenscape that we are giving away at the end of the first half of this episode, and there's even more stuff in the second half.
JimJam, I'm pretty convinced that this man won't remember anything that I'm saying, correct?
Sure. I mean, he certainly seems drunk.
I say, oh yes, you know, we had some strange run-ins with some red masked mercenaries. I don't know too much about them, but it seems like we might have had a miscommunication about that.
Wow.
You're letting all this happen, huh? This is on your watch.
I don't even know what's happening. What are you trying to do?
So yeah, you're those guys. I heard there's guys that do that.
You've heard that? What
Yeah.
do what?
They fight things.
Oh yes, we're fighters, yes.
And then they pooped on the floor.
Oh yes, well, you know what, that's all been taken care of. It is quite strange that we did that, but yes,
You're not gonna
that's
poop
all
on my
fixed.
floor,
I'm not good. We're not
because I'll
good.
fight you.
I know
Like-
you'll fight me, Timothy. You seem like a strong
You are not even that big guy. I'll do it. No, do not.
Timothy. What do you
I
think
do
we are?
not
Some-
poop on my floor.
All right, we will.
Greg is
We
gonna
will.
poop on your floor.
Timothy. So yeah, you know that's all the weird encounters that we've had recently. How about you?
You already said us.
Yeah, I think the guys that poop on floors, those are weird dudes.
Oh yes.
I met them.
Yeah. Well, what do you do during your normal day?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm doing handiwork.
Oh,
fix it.
handiwork. Handiwork for whom? Just
People who
anyone?
break stuff.
Oh, people who break stuff, huh? Wonderful.
Is he Tim the Tool Man?
Let's go fix it.
So Timothy, I do have a
He's Tim the Tool Man Taylor.
Timothy, I do
Can't do anything. I can't do anything with these people.
Not true. I'm meditating.
It's so perfect.
So
Is that like a subconscious thing that just happens?
Yeah.
Timothy, I am wondering if you are a tool man, why were you at the Naiad?
Because they have beer.
Yeah, but they also have beer at other places.
Yeah, but I don't have any money.
Well, are you just not a very capable handyman?
I'm good.
If you're good, then why don't people pay you more?
The economy, man.
The economy. The economy.
I'm reading comments right now.
says Quigley says that as it disappeared. Chelsea says, so this is what happens when Alex isn't in the group. So yes, I'm saying, so I do have just a couple more questions, Timothy. I'm wondering if you know anything about a group of religious zealots.
Well, this is my home, and this is where I live. He's pointing, he's like, this is a house. So I'm gonna go in there and you're not, because I don't want you pooping on the floor.
Thanks for watching. I hope that you'll catch us next time on Fridays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Facebook.com/dragonsandstuff. See you then!